Hey there, friends. Chief Meteorologist Shane Smith here with you on this Thursday evening, day before Halloween, and we're talking snow in the forecast. Let's get right to it. Winter weather advisories out for Pike, Harlan, Letcher, Bell counties, Buchanan, and Dickinson counties in Virginia. Folks there, you're going to see some snow. You're going to see some snow accumulation, 1 to 3 inches, a little bit more in the higher elevations. A little unusual this time of year, but not unheard of. I remember last year, I think it was around the 24th, we had some accumulating snow, and it's happening again this year. We all remember how last winter played out. Let's hope that's not a sign of things to come. Or if you're a winter weather fan, you're probably very excited right now. All right, winter storm warning, Wise County. They're going to be the big winners out of all this. 4 to 8 inches in the highest elevations. I think down in the city of Wise proper, probably closer to 2 to 4 inches, maybe on the outskirts of town a little bit more than that. But overall, the heaviest of the snow over the coming days should fall into the highest elevations of the panhandle of Virginia. Everyone else, not dealing with winter weather or winter storm watches or warnings or advisories, but a freeze watch. We're not going to see much in the way of snow once you get away from the Virginia border. So 90% of the WYMT viewing area, we're not going to see much of any accumulation. However, we are going to see a little bit of snow, but we're also going to see some very cold temperatures. Lows Saturday morning, upper 20s, lower 20s on Sunday morning, and that's going to be enough to cause a freeze and end the growing season. All right, let's break it down for you with the NAM model. Everything continues to look on track. Low pressure and cold front come in from the Ohio Valley Friday, bringing us rain during trick-or-treat. We changed it over to snow. Looking like after 9, 10 o'clock Friday night into Saturday morning. Heavy snow possible during the morning Saturday, especially in the mountains. Everywhere else, more snow squalls or wintry mix. And then by the afternoon, it looks like we're going to change it back over to some plain Jane rain. Quick look at a few of the models. You can see the high-res NAM really picking up on that snow band in the highest elevations. The NAM is one of our higher resolution models. It does really well with picking up small-scale detail. And you can see where those heavier snow bands look like they're going to set up. Now, I'm not sure I'm buying that 6 inches plus there on the Letcher-Harlan line, but up on the top of Black Mountain, Pine Mountain, possible. Would I say it's likely? Not really. It is still a warm ground out there. We're going to melt a lot of this snow that falls off. Can we get some accumulation up there? Definitely. Can we get more than a couple inches on those mountaintops above 2,500 feet? Also, definitely. And it's just going to be a question of how much. Not going to be a huge travel impact except for folks that live up in those higher elevations. Those typical travel trouble spots in the mountains. 119, maybe a slow go Saturday morning, folks. May have to wait till the afternoon to get out. 23 there in southern Pike County may be a problem area. But you guys up in the mountains know the trouble spots. Just be careful out there. I don't think many of us will have to deal with slick roadways. I'd say the rest of the region picking up on considerably less snow. Although the latest run of the GFS saying, hold your horses, Shane, it's putting down quite a bit more. Not sure I buy this. This is one of those weird off-hour runs of the GFS. They run it 4 times a day, but only ingest new upper air data twice a day. We'll see if this continues showing up. If it's showing this time tomorrow, we'll up the snow forecast. But I'm not going to get excited about one lone GFS run. I've seen that thing do crazy things too many times in the past to get too hooked into that just yet. Although the European model showing a little bit more than the NAM and the GFS down in the lowlands, and that's something to keep an eye on. According to it, 2 inches of snow in London. I'm not buying it. Can we get a coating to a dusting in London? Absolutely. I would say maybe even upwards of a ½ inch Saturday morning, but I just don't think there's enough cold air and enough moisture to put down that much snow that's just going to overcome that warm ground. It's going to take a lot of snow in a short amount of time, and it's mainly going to be on the grassy surfaces, the rooftops, and the cars, those elevated surfaces. The roads will likely be in pretty good shape Saturday morning, except in the very highest of elevations. Here's a quick look at future views, earlier view of the snow totals. I went with that on air earlier. I think that's a pretty good estimate of what we'll pick up. Most of the places in that light blue, white almost, we're talking less than an inch. And once you get to that kind of that medium shade of blue, around an inch down around Middlesboro, through most of the mountains and some of the darker blues, that's where we see the heavier bands, maybe 2 to 4 inches. But overall, I think that this is not a big deal for most of us, but for folks up in the mountains, it could cause a few problems. Here's just a quick recap of what to expect. Rain and gusty winds during the day on Halloween. Trick-or-treat, not going to be very fun for the kids. If you got an indoor place to go trick-or-treating, I'd go there. I would not be outdoors unless the kids just absolutely want to, because it's just going to be kind of nasty out there. We'll change it over to snow probably around 10, 11 o'clock in most locations, maybe a little bit after that, the farther south you live. As we go into Saturday morning, most of us, like the graphic says, less than a half inch, 1 to 4 inches in the mountains, maybe a few isolated amounts higher than that. And then by Saturday afternoon, we'll see skies go mostly cloudy. We'll move the bulk of the precipitation out, and it's going to be cold. Highs in the lower 40s. 6 minutes already. That's quite long enough for this video update. We'll have a full update coming up on Mountain News at 11. Hope to see you then.